What we conceive, we perceive. What we cannot conceive, we cannot perceive. Try seeing the universe as an associative domain of consciousness, rather than a hard physical reality. Here's an example I'll use to explain. Tierra del Fuego, down at the southern tip of South America, was discovered by a Spaniard in 1520. The Aboriginal people of Tierra del Fuego were bewildered to see sailors suddenly appearing on their shores. Never having considered the concept of tall ships the sailors arrived in, they literally could not perceive them until their cultural framework had been enlarged to include the possibility of people arriving from the sea in these ships. And here's a quote from John W. Mattingly on this. When Magellan's expedition first landed at Tierra del Fuego, the Fuegans, who for centuries had been isolated with their canoe culture, were unable to see the ships anchored in the bay. The ships were so far beyond their experience that despite their bulk, the horizon continued unbroken. The ships were invisible. This was learned on later expeditions to the area when the Fuegans described how, according to one account, the shaman had first brought to the villagers' attention that the strangers had arrived in something which, although preposterous beyond belief, could actually be seen if one looked carefully. We ask how they could not see the ships. They were so obvious, so real. Yet others would ask how we cannot see things just as obvious. So what we cannot conceive, we cannot perceive. This hypnotic lock is a general condition with our species. Even breakthroughs in quantum physics and neurophysiology are moving toward validating a more subjective view of the nature of reality. The truth is, we each create, and we can learn to be responsible creators if we choose to. What does being a prime creator imply? Well, lots of power. What does great power require? Great responsibility.